21 it was about hegemony, who achieved the highest status and results. A first warning: every person in this book is made up. All statements, regardless of theme, are just that, statements. Some are rooted in empirical facts, while others are pure imagination. My goal is to balance between vision and reality, between fiction and fact, in such a way that the audience can recognize themselves and build further on the swarm of ideas and inventions. The book has no ambition to preach an overarching goal, but instead questions established truths. In that way, in a Socratic fashion, the rest is left to the audience. Humans in all their forms. Let us go 200,000 years back in time. Very human-like traits had developed. They were given names such as Neanderthals, Homo erectus, and eventually Homo sapiens. Let's say Homo sapiens, the current superspecies, has been on Earth for about 70,000 years, perhaps more. First of all, that is a very short time for a species on this planet. We consider the planet to be roughly 4.3 billion years old. So we humans, who are so self-satisfied, are actually present here for only a nanosecond of the Earth's lifespan. This is the macro view of Earth looking backwards. We are undoubtedly in the middle of an endless stream of events. Long periods of time pass without particular events, million-year-long quiet periods where very little happens. And yet, considering the grand scale, now and then a significant event occurs. If we look at the second law of thermodynamics, what we more simply call entropy, where everything gradually breaks down into nothing, it is fundamentally precise, everything decays. But in this storm of entropy, viable structures grow. New life is created. New civilizations arise. They live for a while, entropy returns, and they crumble back into nothing. Our attention should then be drawn to what in the world allows new life to arise in this chaotic inferno of breakdown. A heretical thought then appears. It is the breakdown itself that makes possible and forms the basis for new life. But how? All elements that collapse under entropy's brutal force carry within them miniature building blocks for new life. When new life becomes established, new life forms and civilizations emerge after a time. Today, in our own era, we are always in a hurry. We have no time, or no desire, to call a close family member. Given the short time we have on this planet, you would think it natural to speak with one another. But when it is not done before the grave, it will not be done after the grave either. When someone decides to be silent, it is not because they lack time or opportunity. Most people find time for the things they want to do. Those things get prioritized. If you do not want to speak with someone, it is because that person is not a priority in your life. It feels hurtful and painful for the one affected. Naturally, there may be many reasons for cutting off people, family, friends, and others. But if one does so, it creates a basis for unrest in the affected person's mind. If there is no obvious reason for the severity, the action, or more precisely, the intention, is of an evil nature. If the person who does this is not aware of their act, it falls into the category of evil. We stand on the shoulders of our forefathers and foremothers. They did their best so that we would have a better life than they did. They groped about as we do. They wished to figure things out. They met great resistance through life, but they fought and eventually reached life's end point. After that, they didn't know what awaited. No one does. Now I hope they are with Jesus in heaven and are doing well. I say this as an atheist, agnostic. The most important thing is that they are well. If they do not live and all lights are turned off, that is the next best wish. Alternative solutions are fear-mongering, and those who promote the doctrine of hell should go sit in the corner of shame until they come to their senses. Now to hegemony, this ridiculous hegemony we build around ourselves. The king on top and all the subjects beneath. In the Acts of the Apostles, where King David's golden age and the recognition he received in Israel are referenced. It becomes rather pathetic to read the books of Samuel with their disjointed and unclear account of the rise of this kingdom. In our time, kings take the form of presidents and prime ministers. But all power is fundamentally narcissistic and collapses in the name of entropy. Thus it appears pathetic to follow the rise and fall of power systems. But is there something evolutionary in power structures? Let us take a look into the realm of insects. We go from the terrace out onto the lawn. Lie down and peer carefully into the bottom layer of the grass. Oh, along comes Conrad with a microscope. He maneuvers himself onto his stomach and begins his study. Everyone is excited.